Oh, that's fantastic.
Ready for today's show?
We are live.
You have good Leatherface?
Look, Leatherface is all tucked in. We are excited for today's show. We're going to discuss all kinds of random shit. We're going to be discussing coffee versus tea, what we prefer. We're going to be discussing, is coffee and cannabis a great combination for anxiety, or is it a no-go? We're going to discuss Ric Flair's final match and the Friendzone. Is it real, or is it just a made-up concept to feed your own ego? We are ready to discuss all these things, and we will talk about them here in a moment. Until then. Ha ha ha.
Just before you're about to hit the intro, I was about to say, see you all next week. And then
see you guys next week. We'll talk about that
You're
shit
about
next
to leave.
Yeah.
You have to deal with Leatherface.
This is the shortest episode in history. No,
we're in the Guinness Book of Records.
Shortest podcast to just last the intro.
Yep.
Okay, guys. I had a very interesting breakfast. You guys are gonna call me fucking gross for this. You're gonna judge me and all that, but fuck it. My breakfast lately has been guacamole with tuna mixed.
Oh.
You got your protein, your fats.
Yeah. And it's fucking good. I eat it at night too. Like I love me tuna. I love me guac. So I decided to combine the two, and it tastes so good. Hello, Renee. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Over on Facebook, I hope I'm getting your comments. If you are commenting, for some reason, it keeps going to friends only, even though I have it set public. I don't know why. I just changed it
Just
again.
blame Zach Zuckerberg. Just blame him.
Zach Zuckerberg?
Yeah, is that his name?
I don't know.
Or Pennywise?
We have a little bit of an echo. I'm not sure if it's on your end, Gorak, but I can hear myself.
I sound all right.
You sound all right. I can hear myself echoing through your computer.
What are you on about? You're mad. Maybe it's your headphones.
No, it's not my headphones. It's gone now. I don't know what it was. Anyway, we're going to talk about, we have several coffee topics. Let's talk. Do you guys prefer coffee or tea, or does it depend on the time of day?
It depends on the time of day.
I normally drink tea like before I go to bed because it helps me relax. I got like maybe two or three different types of tea that I drink. At the moment, I've been drinking a lot of chai tea, but I'm drinking decaf coffee at the moment. But, yeah.
So for you, coffee in the morning and tea at night, or do you drink tea throughout the day as well?
Nah, mainly tea at night. It helps me wind down a bit.
So do you drink coffee throughout the day, or do you just drink it up until the afternoon?
Oh, no. I drink maybe at least 3 cups of coffee a day. Morning, when I get to work, and on my break.
Well, they say normally if you're a coffee drinker, 3 cups is fine. Anything above that's too much.
Oh, it can really dehydrate you for sure.
Oh, yeah. Even though it has water in it, it dehydrates you. It's kind of like alcohol. It'll dehydrate the shit out of you.
Yeah.
How about you? How about you, Noami?
I prefer tea. I drink more tea, but I do like 1 coffee a day. Sometimes 2, but not every day. So I always have a green tea first in the morning, and then I have a coffee straight afterwards. I have them together when I have to go to work, because then I don't get time to get a drink until I have my break. So, and then I have another cup of tea then. And then when I get home from work, I have another cup of tea, and then it's tea then for the rest of the day. And I always have a cup of tea before bed.
See, for me, like, I used to be a heavy coffee drinker, but like it caused my anxiety to go through the roof and shit. So lately I've been more of a tea drinker. I'm kind of like you, Naomi. Not every morning do I have 1 cup of coffee, but sometimes I do. I've been drinking matcha green tea in the morning. I don't know if you've ever had that.
Oh, I've had that. I like it, yeah.
Maybe I have. I just didn't know what it was.
Well, matcha green tea is green tea with matcha in it. It's higher in caffeine than regular green tea, and it's only slightly less caffeine than coffee, but it's a healthy dose of caffeine.
Yeah.
It actually calms you while giving you energy.
Yeah.
Okay, but like green tea can still give you it still has a bit of caffeine in it too.
It
People don't
does.
realize.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, green tea and matcha green tea both, they have caffeine. Green tea is actually what a lot of people switch from coffee to, because
Yeah.
green tea gives you the energy without the anxiety and jitteriness.
Yeah, that used
Yeah.
to be me with when I was an apprentice years ago. I used to drink a lot of coffee and Red Bull, and that wasn't good.
Yeah, they say
It made me just fucking
Yeah.
shake.
they say the reason for that is because you're getting caffeine from multiple sources and your body doesn't have time to adjust. So you're just like, fuck,
Yeah.
what is going on?
And it's not good. And I used to work with this head chef who I still hate. He used to drink like. Did you guys have Mother energy drinks?
Yeah, I have a mother. I came out of her when I was born.
No, there's an
not
energy
that.
drink called Mother, and it's like there's a can. The cans are that big.
No, is that
And-
invented by Danzig?
I don't
Mother, mother, take this drink right away.
You reckon he would have sued the company for that too? He would drink like two of those, and then like a short black, and then punch down like 10 cigarettes.
See, energy drinks I don't mess with anymore. I used to
No.
because they are really bad for you.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
Very.
If you look at the ingredients and see how much fucking sugar's in that thing, man, it's not good for you at all.
Yeah, if you look at the, like you said, the ingredients, whenever they put the ingredients list, I don't know if you guys in your countries do or not, but whenever they do the ingredients list, the first ingredient on that list is what it has the most of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same here. Yeah.
Energy
They
drink,
always highlight
sugar. Sugar is the first thing on the fucking list.
I remember when I was a student, it used to be a fashion for drinking vodka and Red Bull. That's not a good thing to have. That.
That's called
Red Bull and
So you've
Jaeger.
got a stimulant and depressant all together in one drink. That's bad.
What were you gonna say, Gorak?
Sorry, yeah.
Shit. Forgot what
There it went.
About energy drinks.
Can I rewind? Can I rewind it?
We're talking about the ingredients in energy drinks with sugar being the
this is
top.
why I like drinking kombucha, because like kombucha has zero sugar, and you can get ones that's like I think most kombucha is like vegan friendly. It's good for your gut health as well.
Yep,
I drink that late at night, and it's really I sleep well.
When I'm at work, we have kombucha in like glass bottles, and it's organic, gluten-free. It's a type of tea, but it tastes carbonated.
I've got one in my fridge. I can actually get one for you guys. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that. I've not tried that before.
Kombucha is like a tea, but it tastes carbonated, at least the ones that I drink. And it's really good for your gut and stuff. It's supposed to help with your gut health, help you poop and all that fun stuff. But it's not like it's not like it's gonna make you shit your pants, but it helps with your gut health. Here we go. We got some kombucha coming.
So at the moment, I've been drinking this one.
All right, yeah.
Mango. Dude, I love kombucha. A lot of people are like, it tastes disgusting. I love it.
No, because people are used to drinking a shitload amount of sugar.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not good for you.
I don't drink sugary drinks.
Kombucha pretty much tastes like a carbonated beverage, but it's not carbonated. It's the probiotics in it, I believe, that makes it taste that way.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like it's really good for your gut health because it's really high in probiotics and shit.
It's really expensive too. Very expensive.
The glass bottle I buy every day that's only this big is like $3 or $4.
Yeah. Sometimes when I do my grocery shopping, I look for sales, like for specials. Sometimes I can get a four pack of the cans of kombucha for like $6 something, but the original price would be like $8.45 or whatever it is.
Damn.
I paid for a 4-pack of these for like, I think like $6.50 or something like that. They're not cheap.
They're delicious. You say you drink yours at night?
Yeah, sometimes I do. If I come home from the gym after work, after hours, and I normally go to the gym for 45 minutes, then go home, have a protein shake, and then have like leftover dinner, and then smash down one of these.
They're really
And drink
good.
some tea afterwards.
I drink mine at night. I usually drink it at work, like a couple hours before I get done or a few hours before I get done. And it's really good because it gives it time to digest. Kombucha is really good. I like the passion fruit one though.
Yeah.
I haven't tried mango.
Mango is good, and I think another one that I finished recently, I think it's pear or something. I can't remember which one it was.
Pear?
Pear, yeah.
That's an interesting flavor.
That and the ones in the cans that I normally drink, sometimes that I normally bring to work. I drink like I think it was lemon and ginger or whatever it is.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I love
ginger's really good too.
Yeah,
I love me a good ginger.
I love ginger in drinks.
I got you there.
That was a good one. I meant I love ginger. I mean, I like redheads too, but I like a good ginger.
Yeah, ginger's actually really good for you. So is turmeric. So
Yeah,
And turmeric as well.
Turmeric's good. A lot of. When did we become a health conscious show? I like this. Is that written by Hulk Hogan?
Eat your vitamins, yeah.
No.
Take your vitamins, brother.
I really like ginger in tea and turmeric tea as well. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're making me thirsty for tea.
I haven't got my cup of tea tonight. I've got water. It's too hot at the moment for tea.
Naomi, I knew you were going to say you prefer tea over coffee.
Yeah.
And I know it's a weird stereotype, but the British...
Is that a British thing as well?
Love their tea.
I think it's mostly. I have met some British people that prefer coffee though over tea.
Yeah,
but it's rare, and it's.
But yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like Americans and other, I don't know which other countries, but I know Americans love our fucking coffee. That's kind of the way it is with British people.
If you go to places like Italy and other places around Europe, you know, they love the coffee as well.
Could it be the way we were raised?
I never really got into coffee until I think until I was in my 3rd year as an apprentice or something like that, or 4th, maybe just after when I finished qualified or something. But,
was you a big tea drinker at the time, or?
Energy drinker. I drank a lot of Red Bull, man. It's not good.
The way you answered that sounded like you're a full-blown alcoholic. Like I was just a drinker, man. I was just...
you reckon there's like a rehab place for people who drinks too much energy drinks?
I don't know. I think that's called an insane asylum.
Yeah, we should open one up.
No.
Anyone who has problems with drinking Red Bull too much, come on our show, and we can discuss it and help you.
Speaking of coffee and caffeine and everything, the other day, this is what brought on the next topic. You guys probably won't know much about this topic, but it's just something I want to discuss from me personally. The other morning, I decided to, as you guys have seen on my Facebook, I combined my THC honey with my tea. And it's a really good combination. It really calms me, and it helps me calm down from the day, or even gets me ready for the morning if I do that. I don't always do that. Well, I decided the other morning to put some honey in my coffee because I've never tried it with coffee. I must say, if you suffer from anxiety, don't do that. Because I had the anxiety that coffee sometimes causes, which I can suppress typically, but the cannabis was calming me down a little bit, but the coffee was causing more anxiety. So I was kind of like fighting myself. So if you have anxiety, don't even try it. Don't try coffee. I can smoke, like I can vape it and then drink coffee and I'm fine. But I don't know if it's just because it's a stronger content level or not. But don't do it. It's not worth it. It is not fucking worth it. So, guys, when it comes to tea, back to the tea topic, kombucha is considered a tea. What is your favorite type of tea, though, guys? Favorite kind of tea? Green.
Black tea.
I tried black, and I just don't like the taste of black tea.
I'm weird. I like all kinds of tea, but I really do like green tea with almond milk in it. It's really good.
Oh, really?
Vanilla almond milk. It's really good.
Never had it with milk, green tea. I do love green tea as well, but mostly drink black tea.
Only vanilla almond milk. That's the only milk that I enjoy in it. Black tea. Okay, I discovered something recently that I didn't know. I might just be an idiot for not knowing this. Green tea, black tea, I believe all types of tea come from the same leaf. It's just the way that they process it and make it.
All right.
Green tea and black tea is from the same leaf. It's just the way that they make it and the way they extract it, because the thing is the way that you make it determines how much caffeine's in it, how it looks, all of that. So it's all the same tea.
Yeah.
I used to drink Japanese green tea. I bought it from like an Asian store, and I like little leaves or something like that, and you put it into like a filter, and you fill it up with water. And you close the lid for a couple of minutes and you can pour it in.
I've got some like that at the moment. I get from an Asian supermarket, and it's imported green tea from China, and it's delicious. It's my favourite.
What I love about those small like Asian corner markets, there's so many like good things in there.
Yeah, I agree. Love it.
Even the lollies. even the sweets are fucking amazing.
Oh, my daughter, she loves the sweets, the Japanese sweets.
Japanese have the best candy right next to British. British have the best chocolate.
Yeah.
I love your guys' chocolate. Like, I fucking...
Is it the Cadbury's or...
Yeah, Cadbury's.
Yeah, Cadbury's.
America has Cadbury's, but they're not the fucking same. They're not the same.
Yeah, we got them here too, but
it's not the same.
I would like to compare yours, Naomi's, and mine together.
Yeah.
Well, our Cadbury's, you know how the Cadbury eggs used to have toys in them and shit?
Yeah.
Those were the Kinder Surprise eggs.
Yeah.
They're illegal in the United States.
Yeah, I heard.
Isn't it changed now? Didn't they change the name?
I don't know, because I haven't had a Cadbury in years. But the Cadbury that I ate was like just a chocolate egg. It didn't have anything in it, because in the United States for the longest time it's been illegal now to sell Cadbury.
Is it because kids, like, once they bite into it, kids don't realize there's a toy in there and they choke on it or something?
I think that's the parents' fault.
Well, but our Kinder Surprises, it has the toy in it, but it came with a shell.
Yeah.
So you have to open it up. So the shell is pretty much the size of the egg. Because when you bite into the egg, you have like this big fucking shell in there, and you open it up, you have like a little toy to assemble.
I'm not sure how our surprises worked, but I think it was like a egg that was like cut in half, and the toy was in one of the halves. That's right.
It's normally in like a little yellow container as well. The toys.
Yeah. So like the toy,
yellow plastic thing.
The toy is in the middle of something, so I don't get why. Like, I don't know. Kids are. I guess. I mean, survival of the fittest. Hate me all you want, but like, if you're dumb enough to eat a fucking toy. I mean, the parents know there's a toy in there, so they're doing wrong. They're doing their kids dirty.
Poops it out.
Well, a lot of...
Mom, I found the toy.
I found the toy. I shat it out. That's like
that's your Kinder Surprise.
That's what they call it, a Kinder Surprise. You fucking find it in your feces a month later or a week later. I don't know who's shitting a month later, but you gotta get that looked at.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge before it goes all warm and yucky.
Okay, buddy. We'll try not to change subject too much. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are banned in the United States now that don't make sense. And like, that's like, there's a Jamaican fruit, I believe it is. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah.
It's called a key.
Right.
A key. It's called a key. Sorry, the only one a key. It's a Jamaican fruit that it has the consistency of scrambled eggs when it's cooked. It's a very popular dish in Jamaica. It's illegal in the United States.
All right.
It's illegal. Ackee. It's a Jamaican fruit that when it's cooked, it's the consistency of scrambled eggs. And it's a famous Jamaican fruit that they make in their breakfast meals with their saltfish. It's illegal in the United States because the fruit, when it's not fully ripened and it's not cooked properly, it's highly poisonous. And Americans love to force ripen things, so they don't want it to be illegal.
I got this up. I'm just looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's illegal. Because
kind of looks like a big mango.
Yeah, and I've heard it's really good. You can buy it in the United States, but it has to be canned and it has a bunch of preservatives on it. So no thank you.
Mm.
Okay, our next topic I was going to discuss, and I think this is kind of stupid to discuss this, but whatever. The friend zone is a thing. You guys didn't know what it was. But
I kind of know what it was because I've been in that situation so many times.
Yeah, in the United States and in another cultures,
you're just gonna remember Naomi's older than us, so she's old school.
Oh. Yeah. I had to Google it because I'd never heard of it.
When people are friends and one has feelings for the other or whatever, the other one doesn't. They consider that this person's been put in the friend zone. Now in certain situations I see where it gets annoying, but I mean, people feel how they feel, and that was invented, in my opinion, as a way to feed your own ego. Thing is, though, when it does get annoying, I was in a situation once where a girl kept seeming to want more, but claiming she didn't, but she wanted the benefits of a relationship. And the thing that always annoyed me about a situation like that particular one was they would say, I wish I could find someone like you. I'm right here. I mean, what are you talking about? But like, if the person genuinely doesn't connect with you, doesn't feel that way, then let it go. People aren't going to feel the same way you do. There's more people out there. Fuck it, move on. But if that person's playing you, then yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's fucked up. But friend zone is a term that was created to feed the person's ego. Oh, she put me in the friend zone. No, you guys are friends. But ladies, if you have a male friend and you're looking for a guy like him, why not date him?
Yeah, why not?
I don't understand that when people say that. I think that's kind of
like trying to work it out.
It kind of makes you look like a dickhead.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people have explained to me, well, we don't want to ruin the friendship. Well, you're ruining the friendship by leading the person. Yeah, by leading the person on saying that. Because eventually, if you don't show any like appreciation for that person, or if you're not reciprocating how they're treating you, even if it's just a friendship, that person's going to fucking up and leave. Because you don't know what the hell you want. You don't know what's going on. It's not worth their stress. They're just going to fucking quit talking. And it's not that they want to. They're just tired of their niceness being taken advantage of. So, like, I don't know. But, yeah, if you're genuinely just want to be friends, then, yeah, that's an ego thing that person has to get past if they consider that they're in the friend zone. And let's see what Randy Savage has to say. I found these fucking shades, and I'm like, what the hell are these? Anyway,
how much were those?
Probably $3 at a gas station, I'd assume. But
money well spent.
But yeah, every situation's different, but like, be happy that person's in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you can't get over the fact that you guys are just friends, move the fuck on. Simple as that. Another topic that we was wanting. I had a guy friend like that. When I would date someone else, he all of a sudden wanted to date me. Yeah, that's weird. If he wants to date you, then cool. But if you're not interested in him and you don't show any interest, then he needs to move the fuck on. But if it's only that he wants to date you when you're with somebody else, then you might not want that person in your life because they're just fucking using you. I don't know the full situation. That's just what I gathered from what you just said in that short sentence. Another interesting topic I wanted to discuss, and I've talked about it for weeks, and I've been kind of silent about it on social media. Ric Flair had his final match at 73 years old.
Was there, before you go into it, was it like, what was the rating of the match? Did I give it like an official rating or something? Or?
Dave Meltzer does rate matches. I didn't see what his rating was. Let me see if I could find it. Final match.
I really hope it is his last match.
I do too. Dave Meltzer did rate it. Ric Flair's match, he gave no rating. I guess out of respect to Ric Flair. Okay. The match, the pay-per-view was good. The pay-per-view was great. Ric Flair was the last person to enter the match, obviously, and they milked it. The lights were like dim or dark. People were waiting, and then bum, 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 and Rick came out. And he was facing towards the screen with the Ric Flair robe on. It said Nature Boy on the back. He turned around, removed his robe, and revealed that he was wearing the big gold heavyweight belt that he won when he was in Jim Crockett Promotions in WCW. So that was kind of a cool thing to his career. Rick, normally when he wrestles shirtless. This match, he wrestled wearing a blue, like a muscle shirt, kind of like tank top, kind of like covering everything. Like it was a sleeveless shirt, which is understandable. The guy does wear a pacemaker now. Yeah, fucking crazy. He's wearing a pacemaker and he's wrestling. He gets in the ring. Crowd's going crazy from what I understand. He takes off his robe. He's the first one in the ring. And I believe Jay Lethal's the first one in the ring. Now, I only saw the match once, so I'm just going to go through what I remember. The first half of the match, amazing. I was actually impressed with Ric Flair. He did the woo, the chops. Yeah, he wasn't fast, but he's 73 years old. What the fuck do you expect? This dude was in a medically induced coma just 4 years ago, and they said that he's going to die, and he lived. Well, he's going cool. He's going great, going crazy. He tags in Andrade. Andrade does his thing. Most of the spots in the match is done by everyone else but Ric Flair. It is impressive, and that's what I'm getting at. Even though the match wasn't as great as expected during the last half, I will say that I was impressed he lasted the entire time. Rick finally got back into the ring. He did chops and shit. There was one spot that was really cool. Guy climbed to the top rope and jumped at Ric Flair, and Rick fucking chopped him in midair. It was cool to see him do that. Ric Flair got attacked. He then went on to the outside, and this is when the match started going downhill. Jeff Jarrett grabbed Karen Jarrett, his wife's shoe, a high heel shoe, and hit Rick in the head with it. Rick, in front of his family, did what they call blading. He cut himself with a blade. He was bleeding all over himself. Jeff Jarrett was beating him up. The other guy was beating him up. Ric Flair was getting the shit beat out of him, bleeding all over the place. Rick then grabbed his chest and went, "Ugh!" And people were like freaking out because they thought the fucker was having a heart attack. He then went, poked the guy in the eye and went, "Woo!" He faked a heart attack on national television.
Classic Ric Flair.
At 73 years old, he faked a heart. Now, people are pissed about this because the dude could have legitimately have had a heart attack and died during this match. He has a pacemaker.
I think it's bad that somebody hit him on the head with a shoe.
Yeah, and like I think it's cool though in a way that Ric Flair was Ric Flair at that moment in the match and did the woo poke in the eye.
Yeah.
There was a match, the moment before that, where we got classic Rick. He had the guy in the corner, and another guy came up to grab him on the shoulders, and he kicked him in the nuts. That was cool too. Rick got back into the ring, and this is when things were kind of sad to watch. Rick got up, he took a suplex, which was cool, and after that, most of the match was on the ground for Ric Flair. He was crawling most of the match. He tagged Andrade. He was on the fucking apron on the outside, didn't stand up. Andrade was doing the match. Andrade's his son-in-law, by the way, who's also a wrestler. Andrade went over to tag from Ric Flair. Rick didn't even put his arm up. Andrade had to grab Rick's hand and tag. And Rick crawled, and he fought most of the match on the ground from this point on. They picked Ric Flair up to put him up on the apron, and he fell back down.
He's planning to make his comeback at 100 years old.
they then picked Rick up, and Jeff Jarrett had the guitar, and he went to hit Rick with the guitar, and Andrade shoved Ric Flair out of the way, and instead the other guy got hit with the guitar, Jay Lethal. Andrade went to give Ric Flair brass knuckles at one point, and Rick's hand was like this, and the brass knuckles kept falling off of his hand. And Rick finally got up to his feet for the first time in like 10 minutes, and he hit the guy with the brass knuckles and fell back over. He grabbed the leg of his opponent and basically stood himself up by the guy's leg and did the figure 4 leg lock, and the referee, instead of tapping, the referee counted 1, 2, 3, which was kind of weird because the figure 4 is not a pinfall submission.
No, it's more of a submission.
And Ric Flair's shoulders were also on the mat. But I think that was a good call because this had been like 30 minutes of Rick in this ring on and off. And I was impressed he lasted that long. I was
in his 70s as well.
I had goosebumps the first half of the match that Rick was able to go the way he did. There was a point in the match where Jeff Jarrett had him in the corner, and Jeff Jarrett did the Jeff Jarrett strut and went, woo! And then Rick fucking chopped him and he fell over, and he did the strut too and did the woo! Like, it was cool watching. But the second half, I think the match should have been shorter. If the match was shorter, I think Rick would have shined more. And I would have
liked to see Ric Flair's last match as a TLC match.
There's
or a ladder match.
There's this poster going around where it says Ric Flair's final match part 2, and it says Ric Flair versus Nick Gage in a no-rope barbed wire match. It's a joke. But could
you imagine that? Like, get ready for your fucking funeral because
you know what else?
Gonna fucking die tonight.
You know what else is impressive about the Ric Flair match? Going into this, he was injured.
Yeah.
He injured his foot during training. So that has a lot to do with why he wasn't able to perform great either. Like, I'm not saying he would have performed amazingly at all, but that might have explained why he couldn't get up halfway through the match.
All the WWE superstars were there. Undertaker was there. Mick Foley was there watching it.
Yep, I was going to cover that too. Mick Foley was there. The Undertaker was there. Michelle McCool, the Undertaker's wife, was there. They're all watching it. Undertaker's face said it all, though. Like, when Rick started like slowing down, you saw the Undertaker like, it looked like, why?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was like a perfect shot.
He's like, why the fuck am I here? Bret Hart was there.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the match, this was a magic moment. Kind of had me goosebumps a little bit. Ric Flair hugged Mick Foley. Ric Flair kind of half hugged the Undertaker because nobody wanted his blood on him. And then Ric Flair kind of like hugged or handshake Bret Hart, and then they gave him a microphone. And the fact he was able to stand and then speak after that match was amazing. I don't know exactly the full thing of what he said because I forget, but Rick said something along the lines of, I talked to Kid Rock before the show, and he told me to entertain him. And I hope I didn't let anyone down tonight. And he's like, I'm going to go party with Kid Rock. Even though I don't remember half that match, I hope I didn't let anyone down. And then he walked down the aisle with the fucking big gold belt. And the fact he was able to walk, like, there was moments of that match where I was legitimately concerned about his health.
I would be too.
Yeah, I would be.
Because, like, the beginning he did great, and like the match went too long, I think. Like, I think if you would have shortened it to like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, I get it. You wanted the main event to go long, but I think Rick would have looked amazing if they would have just kept it short.
Well, somebody posted it up on YouTube.
The whole match?
Yeah.
I think the
27
match,
minutes.
yeah, the match was 30 minutes long. Like, Rick would have shined a lot better at his age if they would have kept it shorter.
Yeah.
Or let him be in the ring less. Like, let him have some of those big spots, but have him in the ring less. Because Rick did great with, like, the beginning of the match. Like, for all things considered, I'm not saying he was, like, fucking prime time Ric Flair of the 80s, but he did great at the beginning. But towards the end, it just got to be sad because he was starting to slow down and he was starting to show his age. And there was Ric Flair's daughter said that she had to talk him out of a couple spots in that match, I guess. Rick wanted to go to the top rope and jump to the outside.
Yeah.
And I don't think that could have happened. Like, all due respect, I love Ric Flair and I love wrestling. But I hope this is his last match. And if it isn't, at least have a short one.
Yeah, no more 30. Yeah, that's just for his age to do all that in like 30 minutes or whatever it was. It's it's pretty intense. But I gotta tell you what, man, that hair. He had the hair.
He did. He has the hair. Like, I know I'm probably gonna go bald, but he had like, he's trying to be Ric Flair and he's doing a great job, but I think he was wearing like a hairpiece or something. Because when he first came out, he was thinning, but it wasn't as bad. And then it got towards the end of the match and he had the hair here and then the hair, like the Hulk Hogan hair back here.
Well, he does have the money, so there you go.
But I love Ric Flair. Like, I respect the hell out of him for doing it. If anyone deserves a final match and like at their own terms, it's the Nature Boy Ric Flair. But please, for the love of God, don't make it that long if you decide to have another last match. Actually, for the love of God,
I still reckon a Hell in a Cell match would have been better.
Undertaker versus Ric Flair, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Don't give him any ideas.
Ric Flair, if you're listening.
The original idea, from my understanding, was Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat one last time.
That would be good.
And Ricky Steamboat said, and I think Ricky could do it, but Ricky Steamboat said, I don't want to. But like, it's impressive that Rick went at 73 years old. Was it an amazing match? The other guys did a great job. Rick was iffy. But the fact is, the dude has health problems. He shouldn't have even been wrestling. Yeah. So the fact he did as well as he did was impressive. And I forgot to mention, he's supposed to be on blood thinners.
Oh.
He didn't take his medication so he could bleed.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Like, that's how dedicated he was.
Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, B, but Hell in a Cell matches aren't great when it's Ric Flair at 73 years old. Freaking Gorak over here is like, Rick, do it. Fucking wrestle Undertaker in Hell in a Cell.
I got another good idea for Ric Flair. Do a world tour of his last match.
The thing is this crazy bastard would do it. Like, I love Rick so much, but like, he needs to stop.
Rick, come to Australia and do another 30-minute match.
Did you hear about what he did after his final match?
No.
I'm going to see if I can find it. I believe this happened recently. Ric Flair went to... 1 week after his final match, Ric Flair went to Puerto Rico and got into a fist fight with the promoter, Carlos Colon, who's also a legendary wrestler. It is rumored that he might be having another final match against Carlos Colon.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, it was 1 week after that fucking match, and he's fucking fist fighting Carlos Colon.
I actually just saw this right now on Google.
You just found it?
Yeah.
Keep in mind,
I'm just reading the article right now. Ric Flair is at it again with an ex-WWE performer in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Carlos Colon is 74 years old. Like, if these two end up wrestling, I'm going to be mad because this dude needs to, both of them need to retire.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Oh, by the way, his son is Carlos Colon.
Oh, yeah. It came down my way for a local wrestling match.
Yeah, his son is Carlito, and his other son is Primo, who currently wrestles for WWE. But
yeah, I'll see if I can pop it up on the share screen to see.
But Carlos Colon and Ric Flair, I hope that's just a one-off fight. I hope they don't have an actual match. Because would you guys pay to see Carlos Colon at 74 versus Ric Flair at 73?
The Battle of the Ages.
Be something to do. So yeah.
Battle of the Ages?
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, enjoy your retirement. Do something else. Oh, here we go. What are you showing? Oh, God. Okay, scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ric Flair's last match featured more than a few tributes, both inside the ring, that left fans a sense of finality. A final coffin dropped into the ground, Darby Allin style, when Flair couldn't rise to his feet for the final segments of the match. Keep going. Ric Flair, yeah, like for WWC, he fucking got in a fist fight altercation with Carlos Colon. Why? Like, what is the point in that?
I don't know.
Are they going to wrestle? I hope not. I hope that was just a publicity stunt.
Battle of the Ages.
Somebody just put
Battle
online,
of the Ages World Tour.
Hannibal from Hannibal TV, he's a big time guy in wrestling and stuff. He posted Ric Flair versus Carlos Colon, Battle of the Senior Citizens 2022.
That's
why
good. I like that one.
Is Ric Flair's like divorce really costing him that much money?
I don't know, but like Ric Flair's been married 4 times.
Yeah, he just got a divorce recently.
Again?
Yeah, he just recently got divorced, I believe. Like, they did a show. It was a celebrity wife swap. It was Roddy Piper and Ric Flair did a celebrity wife swap. And Roddy Piper's like, which wife is he on now? No, he's been divorced 5 times.
Reading stuff that his missus got COVID or something like that.
Ric Flair just recently divorced his wife, Wendy, who was actually at the pay-per-view. She was in the audience.
Oh, my God.
She's 69, so at least she's closer to his age.
Yeah.
But god damn, bro. Like, why are you wrestling still?
Man, this guy is a real bachelor.
He's become the Motley Crue of wrestling. like he's like, I'm coming back, and everybody's like, why?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to bash the guy. He was a great wrestler, and it was great seeing him come back. But why 27 minutes? Why did you have to? And he wasn't in the ring the whole time. I'm not going to say he was. Most of the action was other people. But the fact he was standing and wrestling and shit on and off and took a suplex towards the end of the match and all that. What the fuck, dude? I applaud you. I hope I'm able to do that shit at 74 or 3 or whatever. But I don't think I would. Like, I think I'd just call it quits, call it a career.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe he got a divorce with his wife recently because like she was probably like trying to talk him out of it.
Probably, but she was in the audience at the time.
That's hilarious.
Like when he got beat up in front of her, like that was her. Like that's who he got beat up in front of, was his ex-wife. And,
that is funny.
And they did the roast of Ric Flair a couple nights before.
Yeah.
Like the roast of Ric Flair.
I still would like to see him do just a world tour of his last match.
Hulk Hogan did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan did a Hulkamania tour, and it was like every night was his last match in that city.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I'll get a...
And one of his last matches was against Ric Flair. I'm serious.
Well, I'm going for YouTube, and I came across a channel saying that Ric Flair's last match was extremely uncomfortable.
It was, like, towards the end. It was like the middle to the end. It just started going downhill. Like, if they would have stuck it to, like, the middle, like, in before, like, if Ric Flair would have went out there, did his chops, and got the tags, and did the woo, and did all that shit, and then locked in the figure 4, and the guy tapped, amazing match. Even the top rope shit where he hit the chop, if they would have stuck that in, and him hit the figure 4 after that, awesome. But the fact he had to bleed, and the fact he, like, had to take a suplex and shit, unneeded. That was completely unneeded. He could have just went out there, did the woo, and like just shined and did like the classic Ric Flair shit, the low blow in the corner.
He looked weird wearing. I'm just looking at this right now. He looks really weird wearing that fucking purple tank top.
Yeah, the purple tank top was kind of weird, but I get it. He has a pacemaker. It kind of would have been weird seeing Rick shirtless with a pacemaker in.
I don't think I've never seen him wear purple in the ring before. It's always been like red and blue and stuff.
Yeah, he did wear purple in WWE. He wore purple trunks and like knee pads and shit, but he's never worn a shirt. He's always like performed shirtless. And I'm not saying I want to see him shirtless, but it was just weird seeing him in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of videos of ex-wrestlers and reacting to his last match.
Well, what was crazy is if you watch the promo before his last match, he did like a little video and he's like, I almost died 4 years ago and I'm not afraid to die in the ring. Like he did like a full-blown promo about how he's not afraid and all that shit. I'm like, damn, dude, like you went all out.
Well, here's another one. Here's another match that was predicted. They were saying that Disco Inferno turned down Ric Flair's last match.
Ric Flair versus Disco Inferno would have been weird. The one that I heard got turned down was Hulk Hogan.
That would have been epic.
But Hulk Hogan recently announced that he can't wrestle ever again. And I'm like, I thought you already retired, but okay. But he was like, I can never wrestle again because I guess his back and hips are too bad. He can't even get in the ring and try.
Yeah. But that would have been really nice to see.
Yeah, like Hulk don't even have to do much. He never did when he did wrestle. He just has to go out there and just be Hulk Hogan. Same with Ric Flair. Like Rick did amazing shit when he wrestled. I'm not saying he didn't. Like he was a lot better than Hogan in my opinion when it comes to wrestling. But Flair at this point of the game doesn't have to do much in the ring. All he has to do is chop, chop, chop. Woo! Do the strut. Do like a low blow. Do the eye poke, and then figure 4, and that's all he has to do. And the fans are happy. You don't have to go out there and fucking bleed and go crazy, man, like you used to. You just have to do classic shit.
Yeah. But no, it is what it is. Hopefully it's done, so no more. He's gonna be saying hello to his fucking gravestone.
According to PW Insider, 2 doctors were waiting for the 73-year-old Ric Flair the second he returned to the locker room after his match. A person who spoke to the Nature Boy after the medical evaluation provided a positive update, noting that Flair was perfectly fine. The report added that Flair was obviously spent after the bout and was saying he was starving and wanted to go out to eat. During his farewell speech, Flair told Tony Schiavone, he was going to a party with Kid Rock at the Musicians Bar. Fans were understandably concerned about Ric Flair's health after watching him take several bumps, especially towards the closing stages of the match. Furthermore, Flair appeared to be gasping for air midway through the bout, and one could notice that Andrade, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal tried to buy him time so that he could catch his breath. Flair appeared to get busted open after Karen Jarrett handed a high heel to her husband, who proceeded to strike Flair with a foreign object. Jarrett then slammed Flair's head into the barricade, which led to Megan Flair confronting Karen during the sequence. Lethal continued to beat down Flair, causing him to start to bleed from the forehead. The match ended when Flair applied his figure 4 leg lock on Jarrett as the referee David Miller counted to 3 prior to the finish. Andrade pulled Flair out of harm's way when the guitar thing happened. This was followed by Conrad Thomas throwing a pair of brass knuckles to Andrade, who proceeded to strike Jarrett. The match was hard to watch towards the end. They should have just, like I said multiple times, just stuck with a short match, because Flair doesn't need to try to be Flair of the old times. All he has to do is do the woo and the chops and everything. Am I wrong? He could just do that and people would be happy.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you win or lose.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple. Keep it short.
Yeah. Don't try to be
72 years old or whatever he is, man. It's fucked.
Yeah, he was trying to be classic Flair with the bleeding and shit. You don't have to fucking do that. You don't even have to take a suplex. You can go out there and chop motherfuckers and go woo and do the strut, lock in the figure 4, do all that shit. You don't have to do crazy shit, man. You've done your crazy shit. People would have been happy fucking regardless.
They would, yeah.
We saw Ric Flair in the ring one more time. We don't give a shit if he's taking bumps. We don't care if he's fucking doing crazy shit. It's fucking Ric Flair getting his moment to shine. Why did it have to be 27 minutes long? I don't fucking know. I kind of want to interview the promoter, because the thing was this event was sold out. Okay. And it's a promotion that hasn't been in existence for years. Jim Crockett Promotions hasn't put on a show, I don't think, in a while. They do the Jim Crockett Cup a few times, but I don't think they've done a whole lot since 93. They haven't. In 1993, Jim Crockett Promotions ceased to exist. It just recently got revived under this pay-per-view. What? It
would have been nice to see him finish his last match in the WWE.
WWE already did that, and it was a great match. He should have retired then. It was him versus. It was him. Okay, back in back when Flair was wrestling still for WWE, as a full-time wrestler, he was I think in his 50s or 60s around then. He came out and there's a big announcement Flair was going to make on Raw. And he's like, I know I've heard everybody talk, but I will never retire. And then Vince came out and is like, you're not going to retire unless you lose. So there's a thing where if Ric Flair lost, it's his last match. So Flair was wrestling all these people and winning. And then Shawn Michaels was announced to be his opponent at WrestleMania. And Shawn Michaels ended his career. And at Mania, it was an incredible match. A great end to Flair's career. And then he went and wrestled. He went and wrestled in TNA a couple months later. And I'm like, he should have just retired then. He had his moment. It was WrestleMania. But the thing was Ric Flair was told by Vince he's going to retire backstage. He didn't get to choose his retirement, and that's why he continued to wrestle. Because he wants to retire on his own terms. And I'm like, dude, you had your moment. Like, you're Ric Flair. You can make money doing commercials. He does Viagra ads now. Did you know that?
No.
That's funny.
Ric Flair is the spokesman for Mount Everest Viagra. It's fucking it's hilarious. His saying is, it's not your granddaddy's Viagra. Like, that's what he says.
Does it have his name on it?
No, it's just Mount Everest Viagra.
Damn it.
Is it just recommended by Ric Flair?
Yeah, like...
It would be funny if he goes, take one of these. You go, woo!
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because he always says Space Mountain is the oldest ride in the park, but has the longest lines. So could you imagine, like, Mount Everest Viagra, it gets you to the top, it gets you hard, woo! Like, it's fucking hilarious. Ric Flair is doing Viagra ads. And we're not sponsored by them, so I can't really show their commercial. But god damn, that's fucking incredible. Look it up. Mount Everest Viagra, Ric Flair. The dude went from like a ladies' man to like promoting Viagra, the blue pill. I don't think it's could be any better. I don't think he could have found anything else that he could have advertised.
Yeah.
Like, I have seen it all. Ric Flair is fucking selling Viagra. It's, as he should.
As his retirement.
Yeah.
Little late for that, but it's all good.
So there is a picture that a buddy of mine tagged me in. It's a picture of Kevin Hart sitting next to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
All you see under the table is Snoop Dogg's feet. You don't see Kevin Hart's feet. You can't see his own feet. But yeah, like Flair's match wasn't awful, but it was hard to watch towards the end.
I probably won't watch it.
Don't watch it. If you want to keep like what he once was, watch the first half.
Yeah, I would just watch a highlight reel or something.
Watch the highlight reel because it's probably 5 minutes long and it looks great. That's what that's what I tell the ladies. Only
a TikTok reel.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
That's what I tell the ladies. 5 minutes and it looks weird, but it's awesome. Maybe, yeah, that is true, B. Ric Flair had a great experience with this Viagra, so he wants to tell everyone why. The Viagra commercial is better than the last half of his match. I give him that.
Man.
It's not as hard. It's not as hard to watch.
Oh, dude, I started watching. I watched a bit of Lightyear, the new Buzz Lightyear movie.
What do you think so far?
I'm only 10 minutes into it. It's a bit weird, but
Greg, you're the only person I know that watches movies in sections.
yeah.
You're like, I'll watch the first 10 minutes now. I'll watch the rest, like about 20 minutes of it later, and then next week I'll finish it.
I did that
like a series.
I did that with Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's someone at work was begging me to watch it, and I'm saying, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. She goes, have you watched Dusk Till Dawn yet? I'm like, no. It took me a year and a half to go and watch it because I had other movies that I wanted to watch before it. And it's a 90s movie, but it's George Clooney in that movie, dude. Fucking badass. You gotta watch it.
I'll have to watch it, man.
Yeah, and Quentin Tarantino's in it, even though he directed the film. Fucking he's a bit of a creep in that movie, but it's pretty good. Lots of blood.
You want to know what movie Quentin Tarantino was almost in? We might have said this already, but Quentin Tarantino was supposed to be the director in Seed of Chucky. He was supposed to play the guy that was the ice. What's his name? The rapper that was in that movie.
It's a good zombie movie. I actually didn't know that was a zombie movie until they got up to the other side of the border and to the titty club. And Cheech is in that movie too.
No, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. The rapper that was in Seed of Chucky. What's his name?
Oh, Red Dog. Oh, yeah. Red Man?
Yeah, Red Man. Quentin Tarantino was supposed to play that character. but he actually turned it down, so they gave it back to Redman.
He'll be too creepy in that movie. I'll probably finish watching Lightyear maybe on my days off or something. But I'm going to see Nope on Thursday. I booked my tickets for the premiere of Nope on Thursday night. I'm
not going to spoil anything, so don't freak out. But Nope it's an alien invasion film, but it's not like any other ones that you've seen. That's all I'm going to say. That's what Mark Jabrino was saying on his podcast. He told me about it. I haven't listened to it, but he told me it was really over talked and there was like a lot of hype to it, but he wasn't expecting it to be a movie like that, and he said he really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I thought it was going to be your typical invasion film. It's not. It is by watching the trailer, it looks like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It actually is funny in moments. It does have some funny moments. Because all the times that those guys are like, nope, and they run away from it. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, it's a great movie. Jordan Peele is the man. He's a really good director as well. He is. I haven't really seen much of his work, but I've seen commercials, and I really do want to see the rest of his shit. It's just I ain't had time. But Nope. Watch Get Out and Us. Okay, I'll watch it. Get Out is like a psychological thriller. It's a really completely mind-fucked movie, but it's amazing. Really good.
I like things like that.
Yeah, it's so good. You got to watch it, Noami. Get Out. It's really good. Did you want to bring back Pink Sock Reacts next week? Yeah, we can do. I have a movie. Yeah, Evil Bone. Either that, or if you can find it, you can rent it if you want. The number 23. The number 23. Should be on Netflix. If you want, we can do Evil Bong next week, and then we can do number 23 week after that. If you want. Let's do that. Number 23, I just looked it up for Australia. It's only available on Apple TV for rent. Oh, really? It was on the new Elvis movie. The Elvis movie, I heard that's really good too. A lot of good things about that. So is the Black Phone. The Black Phone's a fucking amazing film. Ethan Hawke, you're the man. No, I thought number 23 was on Netflix. They must have removed it because I don't see it. Probably. If you want, dude, any of these movies, I have most of them that I chose, and we can just watch them together on here. Like not like on the air, but like backstage. No, I'll get the popcorn out and stuff, but I'm going to see if I have the number 23 still, because I used to. I don't know if I still have it. Hold on. I can borrow it from somebody probably. It's a great movie. It's a Jim Carrey movie. Yeah, but it's not. I've seen it before. It's not your typical Jim Carrey film. Have you heard of this movie, Noami?
I think I have, yeah.
I'm going to read the description. Walter Sparrow is an animal control officer that becomes obsessed with a mysterious book that seems to be based on his own life. As soon as he opens the book, he notices strange parallels between what he reads and what he's experienced. But now he's worried that a fictional murder might materialize. It's a psychological thriller starring Jim Carrey. The book is about this guy who's obsessed with the number 23. A lot of things that happens in Jim Carrey's character's life coincide with the book, and then there's a murder in the book, and he's worried that it might happen in real life. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And like he's believes that there's a parallel universe between him and the book, and they go side to side. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I don't think I've watched it.
It's a very underrated Jim Carrey film, and it really
sounds good.
And it really shows how good of an actor he is.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, we can watch Evil Bong. You see a different side of it too. Which is I love Jim Carrey, but like I don't think he's gotten enough credit as an actor because he's been typecasted in Hollywood.
Yeah. Does a lot of hilarious things like comedy and that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just
Yeah.
wish that they would really display him more in his serious roles, like they did with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
that's
the
what I
guy-
liked about Ethan Hawke's performance in The Black Phone, because he played as the catcher. He's as the catcher, as in like he kidnaps kids and puts them in his basement and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
Normally you don't really see Ethan Hawke as a bad dude or a serial killer in any movies, because like The Purge, he was like the guy that's trying to protect his family from people trying to break into his house during Purge night, and The Sinister as well, another good movie of his. But his performance in The Black Phone as a serial killer, amazing. You have to watch it. It's such a great film. And when it first came out, it got 100%. When it first came out, they got 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, nice. That's hard to do.
For a horror film, but now, yeah, dropped down to like 98 or something like that. But yeah.
So we do have an announcement for next week's episode. It is going to be pre-recorded. But we do have a guest.
Woo!
Our guest next week is, hold on, let me get it up here. I'm not trying to get it up. I'm trying to get the photo up.
That's
Hold on.
when you need to get that Blue Mountain Viagra Ric Flair thing.
Yeah.
Woo!
Recommended by Ric Flair.
We have Nathan Kepner of Theriaka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Everybody pronounces it wrong. But we have Nathan Kepner next week.
Nice.
On the 15th. We are going to be...
Where are they from?
They're local.
Oh, nice.
They're a local band. A friend of mine, Nathan, he's been on the show before.
Okay, cool.
We are pre-recording it, I believe, that Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Sunday morning for me.
Yeah.
I've seen the before I entered, I saw the channel already set up for it.
Yeah.
So it's like almost 3:30 in the morning for me.
Are you able to be part of it?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Nathan's a cool dude. Due to the image of the band, it's going to have to be more of a family-oriented type show, which we can do that. It's fine. But I just wanted to let you guys know that ahead of time. We're not going to be discussing pink socks or stuff like that. But he's a great dude, fun to talk to, and I cannot wait to talk to him about his career and music, about this new band that he's in. And It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. We are working on getting more guests on the show. We might even have a rapper on the show.
Mad.
I'm currently in talks with that. I actually have to reply to some emails after the show. Also, tonight, I'm going to be on Dabs with Dads. Again, tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be returning to Dabs with Dads. We're going to be putting these mouth things on, and we're going to be trying to say shit to one another and guess what the other one's saying.
That's what Gorak was wearing during his Combi Crash years.
Yeah, I actually saw them during that tour. That was the only time I've got to see Combi Christ, and it was fucking awesome.
Mad.
Is he still with them?
No, he's he was like on tour with Rammstein as like a roadie, and then I think he's gone back on the road with Aesthetic Perfection.
So is like Combi Christ a solo act at this point? Because I think there's only one original member. It's the singer.
No, I think there's another original member. Back in there, he plays keyboards and bass.
I did not know that, because every time I've seen them, they seem to have a different lineup. Well, I haven't seen them live, but every time I've seen videos of them.
So the lineup has changed a lot. So you got Andy the singer, you got the drummer, then you got Eric the guitarist, and they brought in another guitarist, the guy that filled in for Eric for a little bit, and then they got I think the original percussionist / bass player.
Nope, the current lineup, the only original is Andy.
Oh, is it?
The drummer Dane White was.
Oh no, he's not the original.
Yeah, he's been with them since 2019. Jamie, is the guitarist and the keyboardist and percussionist and backing vocalist. Just joined the band last year. Eric
No, I think
13.
wasn't it on the on and off as well?
Nope,
No, so he's new.
he's new. Eric
Oh, okay, I thought he was on and off guy.
Eric
bad.
13 was in the band from 2014 to 2021, left momentarily and just recently came back. Elliot Berlin is the only longest member right now. The keyboardist, percussionist, bassist, and backing vocalist. They've been in the band in 2013, then they left. 2016 they left. 2018 to 2019 they left. 2021 then they left, and then they recently rejoined the band.
Yeah, I think Eric took a break.
Yeah,
from that time, a little bit. I think it's probably because of the whole pandemic thing that was happening, with COVID and stuff. And I think he just wanted to stay healthy and just wait for the big tour to start. And I think that's kind of cool how they kept the other guitarist as well. So now they have two guitar players in the band.
I like another band that did that was Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's cool too.
The current Iron Maiden lineup is a mixture of the Number of the Beast era of Iron Maiden and the current lineup of Maiden, because they brought back their guitarist, but they didn't get rid of the guy that replaced him.
No.
So they're just a combination of both, which is fucking cool.
Looking forward to see Kane Roberts back in the Cooper band though. That'd be cool.
I can't wait. Is that is he in the band just for this tour, or is he back in the band for an album, for more tours? I think
for more tours.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
When it was first,
maybe I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty. I know they asked him to do the fall tour, I guess.
Because from my understanding, from when I first heard the announcement, he was just going to do the fall tour.
Yeah.
But Kane Roberts, when he was on In the Trenches, he's like, anytime Alice needs me, I'm there.
Yeah.
Kind of mindset. So I'm like, maybe he's going to do an album.
Maybe.
And I think if anybody could replace Nita, it's fucking Kane Roberts.
It could have been anybody.
Yeah. I would have loved to see Orianthi come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I saw her with Alice a couple times, and it was great.
Me too.
Yeah, I did as well.
I hope Kane does stay.
She got a really good standing ovation when she played in Sydney, even though she's from Adelaide, I think. But yeah.
You know how awesome it's going to be to hear Kane Roberts play Roses on White Lace live for the first time in 30 years? 30 or 40 years, 35 years, I think maybe.
Are you going to any of the dates?
I don't think they're coming anywhere near here.
Right.
The closest they're going to be is I think 5 hours away at a festival.
Yeah.
It's going to be at a festival in Louisville, Kentucky.
And they're doing a Halloween gig with the Misfits too.
Where?
Oh, wow.
Where?
Pittsburgh, I think.
What?
I might be wrong.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Because the Misfits announced a Halloween party night, and special guest will be Alice Cooper, the 20th of October.
I'm looking it up right now because I did not hear that announcement.
Yeah. So it's Misfits, Alice Cooper, and I can't remember who the other bands were.
It's in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Fuck. Do I want to go to Texas?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
I try to avoid that fucking state. No offense to Dan. I love Dan. That's the only way I'd go is go to visit Dan or go to a show. Maybe I might. It's Alice Cooper, the Misfits, and the Distillers.
Yeah. That's Josh Holmes' ex-wife, I believe. What I've heard.
That's the only Misfits show so far announced.
Yeah, but that'd be huge.
Sounds good.
For a Halloween night, you know. leading up to Halloween. But yeah.
That's their only headlining show. They have one other show
Yeah.
in Chicago at Riot Fest. They're headlining Saturday, and they're performing Walk Among Us.
All right, from start to finish.
I think so.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're performing Walk Among Us from beginning to end,
Nice.
which is their like one of their biggest albums, ain't it?
I guess so.
Did you know that Glenn Danzig wrote every single song during that era of Misfits?
Good on him.
But this is I'm going to conclude the show because we are hitting the hour mark. Guys, is there anything you want to promote that you're doing this week? Any more guitar covers, Greg?
When I can.
Respectable.
When I can. I'm just too busy at the moment, man. Too busy.
Next
Watching
week,
movies and working.
next week, depending on how things go, I think I'm off that Saturday. If you're available, Greg, I know you probably want to sleep. Did you want to watch Evil Bong, or did you want to wait until it gets closer to the day and just watch it before the show?
I can probably try and watch it on my spare time.
Okay. If you're
Probably
not
the
able,
best I can do is probably watch it on my lunch break.
okay. It's a great comedy film. It's not a great horror film.
I'll see if I can cast it to the little playroom at work, because there's like TVs where the kids hang out.
Uh-huh.
I'm not played on there or something.
There is a horror movie.
It's a family show, correct?
No. There is a horror movie legend in the movie
Yeah.
before he became a legend. Bill Moseley.
Oh, no way. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Otis Driftwood, better known as he's not a major role, he's a cameo, but you'll notice him when he's in it. But everyone, thank you for tuning into today's show. I hope everyone enjoyed our topics about coffee, cannabis, tea. That sounds like a weird combination. Could you imagine coffee, cannabis, tea? Just combine it all.
It's always good talking about tea.
It is.
Cannabis is a vegetable, everybody.
It's broccoli. Add it to your.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you. It's a broccoli.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. As always, next week we have Nathan Kepner on the show. It's going to be a blast. It's not a live show. It will be pre-recorded, but he's going to be on the show. It's going to be a fucking blast. And also, we're going to be reviewing Evil Bong. It's going to be awesome. And if Gorak can try to find number 23 before that show, so I know if we can do it or not. It was nice chatting with you guys. And remember, as always, live long, rock hard.
And Leatherface says bye-bye.
Bye.